Hello YouTube and welcome back to Project Zomboid. In our last episode, we moved out of Rosewood and found ourselves a nice little house in the countryside and had no other problems whatsoever, except for the fact that we almost ran out of gas and had to go back to Rosewood and almost died several times. But we're here now, and we have, I believe, what we need to start doing some fortification on this house. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm taking a quick look around, but it doesn't look like there's any resistance anywhere nearby. And that's why we're out here. We're out here to make a safe place for us to relax, maybe learn from some books, maybe whatever, just not be attacked 24/7. So we found a hacksaw last time, and if I right click on it, I can saw this log here. So I'm just going to do that, and I don't know how long it's going to last. It's almost destroyed. But we can saw at least one log, and hopefully that's enough for me to demonstrate how we're going to do this. It takes a while, so I'm just going to speed through. So another one. And we are holding the planks. We don't really want to do that because they're very heavy. Let's put them by this window here. And that's good enough for now. So what I'm going to do, I already have a hammer on me, but I need to go inside and grab some nails, which are surely in one of these. I'm going to grab my pen back too. Nails, nails, nails. Do we have them on us? No. Do we have them in the vehicle? Yes. Okay, so we can right-click that, open the box of nails. That should put them straight into our inventory. Into our main inventory, that is. And, am I wrong? I'm wrong. Where did you put them? Did I not let it finish or something? I must have not let it finish. Okay, so open that box. What is happening? Open the box. Project Zomboid is a game. Let me try doing it this way. So we can go into the crafting menu, and there's an open box here, so we'll do that. And the weight changed, because I'm overweight now, so hopefully that means we have 100 nails in our pocket. I don't know what that was, but we're just going to keep going. So, when you go over here, you can click on the window, and there's no option to put these planks on the window. Did they change how this works? Let me see if I have to hold the planks. There we go. So you have to pick up the planks and right-click on the window, and you can barricade with those planks that you have in your inventory. So there we go. One's on. Two are on. And we could put more, not right now because they're not in my inventory, but we could put more planks on the windows just to make it safer. But for now, I don't want to be chopping trees and doing that all day. So we're going to just do a couple per window. So let's grab the rest of these. Would it be easier to put these in my duffel bag? Probably, but it's fine. We're only going to be carrying them for like maybe a minute, tops. One good thing about this house that I didn't really notice the first time around is that there's not a whole lot of windows, so we don't actually need a ton of planks to fully fortify the house. More windows on this side. There's one on the front here. There's one in the kitchen. Thankfully, barricading the windows itself doesn't take forever. Let me do a little cleanup while I'm here. What can I throw in my boxes? Here have these hunting knives, a pistol. Well, we'll hold on to that for now. And anything in here? A spade. We don't really need that with us, so we can put that in there. And exposure survival. Excellent. Let's just put that there for now. Get some water. And here's one thing that I like to do, because I'm lazy and I don't like to refill my water every 5 seconds. I like to carry 2 water bottles with me, and just take one of them, and you can expand by clicking this little button here, and take one of them and put it in the duffel bag. Because when you have water in your main inventory, it will auto-drink from it. And it will not pop up that thirst as often while you still have water in your inventory. And then we can swap it out for the second one once the first one runs out. Let's get some more planks out of this log here. Got a little carpentry there, but we haven't read Carpentry 2, so definitely getting a lot less experience than we would otherwise. And how much does that give? So that gives 3 planks. I'd like to saw 1 more. Right. Now we're extremely overloaded. It's fine. It's just leg day for Denise. And let's start barricading this window here. Being much less paranoid than I have in past episodes. Because we are now out in the middle of nowhere. It's a nice feeling. Alright, and just like that, all of our... We did finish this one, right? I can't even tell. See if I can open it. Yeah. You're fine, Denise. Just keep carrying those planks. Oh, we didn't finish that one. Okay, let's do that real quick. And there we go. So now the only way to get into our house is through this front door. And that includes 4 zombies. They're going to have to bang on these windows and break down these planks in order to get in. And unlike just having glass in the way, that's going to be an actual deterrent for zombies, and it's going to give us some time to react if and when something disastrous happens. So now that we've barricaded, we could try to build a rudimentary wall around our house, and that would just add another layer of security. But that would take a while, and also we don't have Carpentry 2. And it seems like a waste to do all that carpentry work when we're not getting the full benefits of reading the book for that specific crafting type. So instead, we're going to talk a little bit about what problems we're going to run into, whether soon or a little bit further down the line. And the main problem that I see right now is eventually, you know, the water is flowing, the power's on, you know, all that good stuff. We've got a decent supply of food, but none of those things are going to last forever. The water is going to stop being unlimited here. It may have already run out. I'm not entirely sure, but usually it would say unlimited there. And it has. It has actually run out. So thank you, game, for being a paid actor. I appreciate you. We are out of water, and we really need to do something about that before we just don't have any left. We still have power, so we can take this water, for example, in this pot, and we could throw it in the oven and boil it to make sure that it's safe to drink. But what we really need right now is we need to go back into town and gather a few things. Specifically, it's probably in the building menu now. Rain collector barrels. This requires carpentry 5, so we're going to need to get more carpentry, but it also needs garbage bags. And I don't believe we have any garbage bags. Is there... I thought there was a lower level. Yes, there we go. So rain collector crates. This you only need carpentry 3, which we're still not at, but we could probably grind up there pretty quickly from level 2. But so that's going to be our goals. And one thing I want to bring back, let me head back inside for just a moment. I know you're here somewhere. Notepad. Don't have enough room there. I'm going to put our antibiotics. Oh, I do have a cabinet. I don't have to throw them on the floor. Excellent. All the medicine that we don't really need can go in there. And our notepad can be in our fanny pack so we know where it is. So, how are we doing here? We found a rubber hose. We found a car and the gas for the car. We cleared around both the old safe house and the new safe house, and we zombie-proofed this safe house, at least on a rudimentary level. So, now what we need to do is find carpentry books. We need to find garbage bags. And as another goal related to the power going out, we need to find how to use generators. We know the location of a few generators in Rosewood, but we don't have the knowledge on how to use it. And we could spend time trying to get to electrician level 3, which unlocks the ability to use generators. But by the time we do that, the power might just run out. So we're going to utilize our time a bit more efficiently. Nice full tank of gas in this car. No longer something we have to worry about. And actually, one more thing. Did we ever take the gas out of the trunk? No. I want to take some of these. We'll take 5. Not into the fanny pack, though. Can't quite shove 5 gasoline cans into the fanny pack. I'm already at max weight. Okay. I'm just going to take these inside and put them somewhere where we can get them easily. Because we're going to need gas to fuel the generator that we eventually hook up here. We're just going to drop those right there. Now, we could also barricade the door, but obviously that prevents us from getting back in the house, so we don't want to do that. However, if you do happen to choose a safe house that's more than one story, there are ways to craft ropes out of sheets and use those to get out of second-story windows. And if you do that, you could actually barricade the entire first floor without a problem. Real quick, let's mark our house, and we want to go back to Rosewood. So we're just going to take this same path that we took last time. I'll take this time to mention that I started a new series of me playing Satisfactory, if you're into that game. It's just going to be a very laid-back, just playing the game, having a good time, relaxing. Still trying to determine whether or not I should put some music on, but if you're interested, go ahead and go watch that. But I want to make it clear that that's not going to take away from this series. It's just something I'm doing for fun on the side. So to anyone who's watched those already, thank you so much. And to anyone who is not interested at all, well, thanks for being here. I love Zomboid too. Now, I was trying to do this last time. I hit the wrong button. I turned the engine off. Let's not do that. There we go. If you hit V, it brings up this radio menu, and you can turn on Radio. It's on max volume. Let's keep our eardrums intact. But if you go through, you can see some different channels. And unfortunately, this radio doesn't have the emergency broadcast, but we can tune into this Kentucky radio and just kind of read what's going on. If you're listening to this from Louisville, get out. This isn't scaremongering. This is really happening. The people here are running, scattering. I've been outside. There are bodies everywhere. Some of them aren't dead. The Knox event is no longer contained. I think it's coming to you. The military have pulled out. You can't take any risks. Get out. Get out now. Alright, and then we go straight into an advertisement. The Caramel Flan Latte, brand new at Seahorse Coffee. Alright, that's enough of that. A little bit of lore for you there. I see we're getting tired. It's only 3 in the afternoon, so I can relate, but it's going to be a bit of a problem. Ooh, look at that ragdoll. Beautiful. So, that's alright. We can probably still fight a little bit. Just gonna take the scenic route around here. Don't feel like running through all of those. And we're looking for anywhere that might have books. Take this a little bit slower. We've got a fashion store. Rosewood Country Buffet, that's not really going to help. Book Naked. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So, I'm going to keep driving through, and we're going to just look around here. Not a ton of resistance, but a handful of zombies wandering around here. So how are we going to get inside that bookstore safely? First things first. I'm gonna grab this gnome. It's a very important part of the strategy. The buddy system, if you know it, is very important. He's just gonna chill in the trunk there. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and circle around. Let me make sure I can actually do that. I can just go this way. Just circle back, try and lure some zombies over here. And what we can do as well, if I hit Q, just a little bit of distraction. Get some zombies roaming over here so they're not in our area. See another gnome there, but we have to stay on target now. Let's see. We can see some wandering towards where we honked the horn, and that's what we wanted. Even some from this way. So let me sneak around. The Knox Country Locks van, not exactly the best vehicle for off-roading. That's okay. And let's see, a bit less resistance now. Some are wandering down from up there. But I think this we can handle. I'm going to leave the car running, because this is a bit sketchy, and we have enough gas now, so it's not that big of a deal. Make sure there's nobody standing against this wall that we can't see. We've got a decent fan base forming. But as long as we're safe and we take them on one at a time, it shouldn't be a problem. I also know this character has keen hearing, so if one tries to sneak up on me, we'll know about it. Ooh. Right foot, let's stop. There's a nice hat, but we're going to skip on that one. We still have our celebratory birthday hat. And again, I don't want to pull too many of these at one time. We want to leave gaps between enemies so that we're not caught in a situation where we might hit one and then the other one hits us. Now we're tired and winded. Let's go over this way a little bit. See them down there, but they're not activated yet. Ooh. I heard they buffed stomping. It seems like very effective now. Alright, anybody else? Doesn't look like it. So let's take a second, and now we're tired. This is risky. But it's still early. It feels like it would be a waste to go home now. So maybe do as I say, not as I do, but I'm gonna try and get into that book naked. I hear somebody. The door of the buffet. Alright, well there's a few in the buffet. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll come back tomorrow, but we're not going all the way home. Last time we were here, cleared out the gas station, and there's too many trees there for my liking, so let's just go back to the road now. Come on, baby, you can do it. Come on. Gotta be careful when running over bushes, and later in the game, tree saplings. They will definitely slow you down. And that could be the end of you if you're not careful. We've got error 9 there. The joys of playing on an unstable branch. And let's see, anybody wandered in while we were away? Don't hear anything, so I think we're good. Let's see if we can get ourselves a snack. Some plonkies, those will do. Anything else on here? Not really. Ah, some chocolate and a dehydrated meat stick. A thin James, if you will. Alright. We have a visitor. We have multiple visitors. Hopefully not too many more. Let's see. Looks good. I don't know where they came from, but I know where they're going. He's already dead. We'll just grab some more non-perishable food while we're here. I don't know if we have mechanics too. That's okay. We're going to a bookstore. Right. Time to get some rest. And as is Denise's pattern, I suppose, we'll be up at 2:50 in the morning. Love it. Baloney. We'll leave that door closed in case we decide to come back here. And maybe we can use the cover of night to raid that bookstore. I'll zoom a little closer, and we're going to be doing some bobbing and weaving. Let's see, I don't see any more than we already knew. That guy's been banging on a door for about 12 hours now. So let's take the key. And finish off any stragglers. Now there's two. Not very bright, are you, Red Hat? Quick look around. Now, someone can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the distance at which you can hit zombies when they're on the ground is different. This might just be me hallucinating, but I don't think so. I hear one more. He must be over in the buffet again. Yep, there we go. Anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Come on, man, just go through the window. Fine, we'll do it your way. Right, you can see back there a zombie broke through the door. If for any reason we need to get back there. But we are on a mission right now. Hear more banging and bopping, but that's fine. We're going to look through and see what we can find in this bookstore. Carpentry 2, that's exactly what we wanted. Excellent. Haven't seen anything else yet that looks very good. We can take trapping. We can take tracking. Can learn how to prepare pie dough. Sure, why not? Dog Goblin Origins is an absolute classic that we need to pick up. A small backpack, I think, is worse than a duffel bag. Make jar of produce, that could come in handy. And that's it. So, not the best haul, but we got what we were coming for. So, we can take fine carpentry books off our list. We only found one we needed. Rosewood Medical here, if we needed medical supplies, but we're doing pretty good. Maple and Christie Legal Services, I don't need the assistance of a lawyer at this time. Let's see. The bank. I don't know what Should probably keep moving, but I don't know what Markson and Co. is. We've got Mama McFudgingtons, Rosewood Court, and the Rosewood Police Station. Since we're in Rosewood and just kind of hanging out, I'll give you a bit of a tour. If you head out of town on the left side, and keep following this left-hand road here, you find a trailer, which is not what I was talking about. Oh. It's alright, it'll buff out. Here we are at Rosewood Prison. Now, I would heavily advise against getting too close. There are so many zombies in that prison, it would take a single person days of real time to clear out. But on the outside, if you're so inclined, there's this little guard shack. And somewhere in there is a stockpile of guns. So I think, possibly in a future episode, we'll be coming back for those. Before we get swarmed, though, I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to have to do a little bit of, bulldozing. Now, this looks scary, and that's because it is, but I think we should be okay. Alright, we're good. Probably sustained some damage to the car. But the life of a tour guide is not always a safe one. Since the police station is right here, and it doesn't look like there's a ton of zombies here, I think we'll make a day of it and try and raid this police station. I'm gonna park in the back to give me some time to prepare. This might be more than we can handle. It seems like today is the day we find out how tough these fences are. But let's just keep dealing with the ones that we know are coming. I'll look back every once in a while just to make sure. Ooh boy. I think we got some followers from the prison. But again, remain calm until it's time to stop remaining calm. I have a feeling that fence is not going to last much longer. So let's start getting out of here. We're at breaking point now. We're panicking. So it's just not in the cards right now. And there's more coming in from over there. Yeah, it's a little scary right now. So maybe later. Could we still take the police station with that many zombies? Probably. But Would it be safe? Absolutely not. Would it be smart? Probably not. And would we get hurt in the process? There's a pretty solid chance. But we have scouted this area, so let me see if I can make this Spiffos safer. Now you might be wondering, why are we risking our lives for a burger joint? And first off, how dare you desecrate Spiffo's name by calling it a simple burger joint, but from what I know about fast food, they make a lot of garbage. And a lot of garbage needs a lot of garbage bags. I'm talking calmly, but boy is this more than I thought there were. Okay. Let's think. I'm going to see what we can handle before getting winded. That's a bit too many clumped up at once, so let's just mosey on over here. And I'm intentionally dragging them towards the gas station because that's an area we know is at least mostly clear. It's two next to each other. I don't like that. We're going to back up. I'm mixing up pushes and axe attacks now. I saw we were winded for a second there, so not great. But I'm mixing up those attacks because it's a little bit faster than just swinging the axe. Nice, we got a point in axe skill. Again, that's too many. But we've already thinned out the herd quite a bit. Wonder, do we have beta blockers? Alright, so that'll take care of our panic. Double back here. Okay. There's probably some that lost us while we were shuffling away. But that takes care of the bulk. Now, I wasn't intending to use today as a lesson on how to deal with bigger groups, but there you go. Sometimes that just happens. We'll give Denise a second to catch her breath. Maybe have a snack here. Candy corn. It's the apocalypse. We do what we have to. All right. Let's head back and see what we're dealing with. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like about half of the group got lost. I'm not going to run. We're going to take things real slow. Preserve our stamina. If it was a new character, you know, you might be willing to get a bit more crazy, a bit more aggressive on this. But I've grown quite fond of Denise in her party hat, and I don't want to see it end just yet. It's an instance where a second axe hit might not have worked. So we took the safe option and went with a push instead. I'm curious why we're so tense. I'm guessing it's just because of the sheer amount of zombies that we ran into. Yeah, stomping seems much more effective than it used to be. Checking the quality on our boots. Condition's fine. I saw he had some Western boots, so just in case our boots were rough from all the stomping. And we are winded again. Pushing also seems much more effective, so that's good news for early game Zomboid. It'll be much easier to deal with zombies without a weapon now. Now we've got quite the crowd congregating around our vehicle, but thankfully they aren't attacking it, they're not doing anything to it. I'm starting to think the old push and stomp combo is better than an axe, which is strange, at the least. Now, this game is an exception, but normally I like to play with no respawns, meaning zombies have a chance to respawn in areas that you haven't been in a while. And I don't like that. It doesn't seem realistic in a game that's trying for realism on a bunch of different fronts. So normally I turn that off. And with that setting off, all of this work we're doing is clearing out the rest of Rosewood. If we do enough of this, Rosewood will be safe to explore. Or at least safer. Now we're getting real tired. Let's back up. We've got that one coming our way, but she's very slow. We're going to just take a little breather here. Down to just being out of breath. Should be good enough to deal with just a few of these. Especially with that 1-2 punch. Smack. Push. Stop. What a combo. Okay, a few more on the road there. A few more around our car. We don't really know what's going on inside the pizza world. So, something to keep in mind. tired. Let's go for the push. Here we go. Even tired, we get the one hit stomp. Pretty wild. My impatience trying to get the better of me, but we're just going to sit down. Denise a little rest. I'll turn it up to medium speed, which is scary, but we're watching. Everything should be okay. All right. Let's finish up here. Right down to the last few. Let's not mess it up now. Of course, as I say that, here comes another squad. And one from down there too. Everyone's here. Still no one behind us. We're tired again. There's two down there. But I think what we can do, I'll hit C. We're going to sneak over to our vehicle. Alright, did they see us? No. So now we can rest a bit more safely than just sitting in the middle of the street. Okay. Don't really have to sneak anymore. We are not tired. How's our axe doing? Not good. Not good at all. It is about to break. Good thing we checked that. We have a hammer as a backup, but we're not going to be as effective with that. So I'm going to lean a little bit more heavily on pushing and stomping. Alright. That Spiffo's van looks pretty spiffy, if you don't mind me saying. I might have to check that out soon. Let's see if anybody's inside. No, but the doors are locked. Let's check the back. Both for zombies and for a way in, and for garbage bags. We got two there. Two more. And three more. Excellent. Very good. Ah, we're carrying too much. Let's just eat a few things. Hopefully that is enough. No? Alright, fine. Have it your way, game. We will go throw the garbage bags in the trunk. Along with all this food that we don't really need on us, and some books. I still have 2 books in my pocket, but that's fine. That should do us for a while. Okay, back door's locked. This window is intact, and let's see, can we see over here? Looks like all those windows are fine. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way. I shouldn't do that while there's one coming. Ow. My ankle. Alrighty. Got some food in here, and since the power's still on, it hasn't gone rotten yet, other than stuff that's not in refrigerators. We're not here for food. We're here for garbage cans. Let's see. We'll take a Spiffo's apron, though. You never know when that could come in handy. Got any garbage bags back here? Nope. How about up here? Paper bags. Nope. And I wish we could climb over this little countertop here, but nope, we gotta take the long way around. Maybe in here? Nope. Unfortunately, looking like a bit of a bust. Other than the ones from outside. Nothing super useful in there. This is a bathroom. This is probably another bathroom, so no luck here. Let's head over to the pizza place and see if we can find any over there. Let's see, do you have dumpsters back here? There's one. Another garbage bag. 2 more garbage bags. Oh, and they have stuff in them. Okay, that explains why they are so heavy. We'll deal with that later. Anybody home? It does not appear so. Let's raid these garbage cans. And unfortunately, nobody keeps garbage bags inside garbage cans, apparently. But we've got 10, and that should be enough for our purposes that we need them for. Hello. Welcome to Pizza World. Have a pizza that. And we're getting tired, so it is time to head out. But I have one more stop in mind. This shouldn't take too long. But since our axe is looking a bit... okay, a bit more than a bit beat up. What are you wearing on your back? Satchel? Nah, you can keep that. It looks good on you. We're going to head over to the fire department. See if we can get a few more axes. Wow, there are a lot coming out of the bank. Still a decent number over by the police station. But none over here, so we're gonna be quick. We'll be inside. Good. Ah. You may be able to hear it in the background. It's kind of faint right now. But it's getting louder. There's a helicopter. This is an event that happens once per game. And you can neutralize it by staying inside with the shades covered, but what this is going to do is this helicopter is going to follow us around and draw zombies towards us, which is not great. Not ideal. But what we can do is try to use this to our advantage. Ooh, juicy. I'm going to quickly try to get out of town and lure them out of town with me. Car's starting to feel a little bit more sluggish, so I need to be a bit more careful with my driving. The results of the Spiffo slaughter laid out for all to see. And I'm just gonna go this way. Follow me, helicopter. We're going on an adventure. This is probably far enough, but while the helicopter event's going, I just don't want to be anywhere near anywhere that we live or want to go. So we'll just do a little bit of sightseeing, a little bit of exploration. While this helicopter draws every zombie in a 5-mile radius to our location. Because clearly that's the right thing to do. You know what? We can even turn the radio back on. Or not. Suppose that was it. Pathway down that way. Let's see where we're at. Alright, we went pretty far. There's the zombie having snack time. We don't want to interrupt. Small road here, but no mailboxes, so unlikely to find anything there. Maybe we can start jamming. Let's do Hits FM. I've never timed it out, but I believe the event lasts around 3 to 4 in-game hours. So we're just chilling. There really is nothing for miles on this road. Oh, a turn! How exciting. This doesn't sound like hits to me. This sounds like old man complaining. There we go. You know what? I'm even going to roll the windows down and crank up the radio. Zombies deserve to jam too.
The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes to our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday.
Let's see where we're at. Bar. And this is what? This is... I don't know. Maybe the golf course? But most importantly, right now, we are in the middle of nowhere. So any zombies that can hear the helicopter are going towards nothing. What's this little turnstile? Nice little house there. What's this? Mad Dan's Den. I don't even know what that is. I couldn't even begin to guess what sort of establishment that is. It sounds like a car dealership to me. If you're the more adventurous type, this is another way to look for loot. I mean, we're driving out here and we found a store and a bunch of nice-looking houses that are probably not as populated as a Rosewood or a Riverside or any other major town. Let's see, where are we now? We are really far. But it's okay, we have plenty of gas, and we have backup gas tanks in the trunk. Spoilers, but the rest of the episode is just going to be a road trip followed by going home. So if you choose to tune out here, I don't blame you, but I appreciate you making it this far. If you could drop a like, maybe a subscribe if you're feeling spicy. I appreciate it. Makes me feel good. Makes YouTube actually recognize that I'm making videos, which is always nice. And it's good to see that people like what I'm doing. I'm now very hungry, so let's put all the food in the trunk. Sad. Another small area of civilization. I was hoping for a right turn at some point. But much like a NASCAR track, none to be found. Helicopter's still going. Hopefully they are running out of fuel. Hello. So what that is most likely just the game spawning in zombies in an area that hasn't been explored. Spawn in chunks and then disperse. Where are we going? We are officially off the rails. I don't know where we are. For whatever reason, I'm reminded of all the games we would play on long road trips, and I'm wondering if there are any that I'm not familiar with that you could drop down in the comments. But I remember doing the alphabet game, where you try to find signs across the road for each letter of the alphabet in order. So it's like a less main road, but we'll see. 20 questions, obviously a staple. But I know there's lots of weird things that people do to keep themselves occupied on road trips. The license plate game's another one that I remember. What's this? Warning, restricted area. That might as well say, hey, look at me. Open these doors. Ah, it's barricaded. Alright, well, maybe not right now. What I will do, though, is just put a little... There's no question mark, so we'll just put this little target icon. I might want to know what's in there at some point. This radio station blows. This is why nobody listens to the radio anymore, so we're just gonna turn that off. Okay, we find ourselves at a crossroads. We're gonna need to go down to get back to our home, so let's go that way. And the windows are still down, so let's close those before we get ourselves bit. On the road again. I just can't wait to get back to home again. We're following train tracks, which is interesting. I'm not sure where the train stations are around here. I know of one in Muldraw. But that's about it. Long stretch of road here. This is good. This should get us much closer to where we want to be. And if you listen, you can't hear the helicopter anymore. So it's safe to go home. Watch out for car wrecks. Can never get too complacent. Got a fancy looking gate here. Where are we? Oh, so this is the golf course. I was right. I think we found a flyer for that on day 1 or day 2. Could be a really cool base for a multiplayer playthrough. Not in Build 42, obviously, yet, but Build 41 or someday in the future. We've reached the point of the video where I'm out of things to talk about, so instead I'll talk about how people seem to be complaining and clamoring for multiplayer on various social media. And while I understand where they're coming from, I do want to take this chance, not to shill for the company, but just to say, like, trust me, you don't want multiplayer on an unstable build. You don't. Like, they're buffing out all the kinks and whatnot. Let's see, we'll go down this way. And multiplayer only adds more opportunity for bugs and opportunity for crashes, and you know, you don't want to be playing with your buddy and then suddenly you're just dead for no reason. So I understand why they take their time with this. You can always go back and play Build 41, even though it's not the latest and greatest and whatnot. I had a lot of fun with Build 41, so if multiplayer is your thing, maybe consider doing that. Also, big shout out to my dogs today for not losing their mind in the hour and 10 minutes so far that we've been going. Let's see. So we're closer, but we still need to go south. And you can see all this time we've spent driving, we've only used a little bit more than a quarter of a gas tank. So with 6 full gas cans, we will last quite some time. Look out, bunnies. I'm trying really hard not to run you over, but you're making it difficult. Let's see, where are we now? Yep, so just keep going the way we're going. Nice lake here. And what's this? Looks like a small town. Ah, I know where we are. Okay, so this is a small town that's not one of the spawn points, but there is a gas station. There's a tool star, so you can go in there and if you need an axe, if you need a hammer, whatever. Farming and rural supply, so really good stuff here. Oh my goodness. And there's the downside. Oh. Alright, well let's hope this road goes somewhere. It sure doesn't. Well, there's a church here, so everybody start praying, because that's what we're going to need right now. Alright, come on, car, you can do it. Thankfully we closed the windows, otherwise this might be it. And a bookstore. This place has everything. Okay. Out of the woods now. Whoopsies. That's okay. That was a tactical honk to draw the zombies out of town. Taking a drink of water. The pipes be getting a little tired. And we're close. Getting really close. I assume there's going to be a turn around here somewhere. I hope. I want to go home. Let's see. Are we on the road that we know and love? We are. Excellent. So a little bit more than we bargained for, but hey, that's Zomboid. You make a plan, and the game's like, haha, nice plan there you have. Not anymore. But that's part of the fun of it for me. Just dealing with whatever may come. Is this our house? This is our house. All right, we made it. Nothing perishable in the trunk as far as I can remember, so I'm gonna head right in. And let's eat some jam. And normally I would go around and do a little sweep, but I feel much safer here. So, we'll get some sleep. And with that, I'm going to end this off. It's been a lot longer than I planned, but some stuff happened and we had to deal with it. So, hope you all enjoyed watching. Hope you all learned something, and if not, at least enjoyed my antics. And until next time, thank you for watching.